What's up, y'all? We're talking Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 9, Episode 13, Grilling Me Softly, and why Camille is exactly what this franchise needs.
Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
Everybody, it's your boy RHOBH, and we are back with another video. Yes, we're back. On this channel, we discuss all things reality TV. That's why it's called Reality Talk with Richie, or Richie's Rants on pop culture, because we're also talking about pop culture as well. In case you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, because you just don't want to miss out on any of your favorite shows, the reviews, the news, and all of that good stuff, because we're bringing that to you daily. So I recap a lot of different reality shows. Now let's get down to it. We are talking The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and we are talking Season 9, Episode 13, Grilling Me Softly. Yes. And we're also going to talk about some news that Erika Jayne has sort of put out there. Well, kind of put out there. Well, we'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, let's get down to the review. So here's the thing about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You know, as you guys know, they've had thus far an interesting season. And the first thing that I'm going to tell you guys is that I'm a huge LVP fan. I have been since season 1. And I think most people who are LVP fans have been since season 1 as well. But here's the thing about this episode. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this episode, and she wasn't even in it. So I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. Like I'm almost at a loss for words. And honestly, in general, I do not like camping trips on reality shows, but I was actually here for this trip for a lot of different reasons. I've also never been camping myself, so that may have something to do with it. But if I were to do camping, I want it to be like this. Because this wasn't camping, this was glamping at its finest, and it looked hella fun. So let's get down into it. I'm going to refer to my notes right here because I had to make my notes while I was watching the show, okay? My bag would be exactly like Rinna's bag, and I would toss everything in my closet into that bag. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't really want to be out in the wilderness without my things. You know, I don't know if you guys saw me on Strip, but I basically had to live with nothing, and I don't want to do that again. So I would have a bag basically like Rinna's. I did learn a lot of stuff from my episode on Strip, but what I also learned is I don't want to live without my stuff, okay? So that's that. Now, what I do want to say is that this RV or this bus from Skyline, whatever the company is that they are promoting, is that Edwin's company? Somebody tell me, because it says security on the side of the van. So I was like, isn't he in security? And is this his bus? Because it looked like a tour bus. It was bomb, okay? It was bomb. I was really excited about this bus. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I'm going crazy about this bus. But I love anything that looks like a tour bus because I feel like I want to be on one at some point in time. And I'm not even the type of person that likes a long drive. You got me for 2 hours max, and I'm ready to get out, okay? So there's that. Now, I just want to say this. Y'all know I love me some Kyle, but why is she that friend? Why is she that friend that's afraid of everything? Girl, listen, like, first of all, I'm joking about this because I met Kyle and she's a very nice woman. But at the end of the day, I feel like, like we all got that one friend that's like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm scared of this. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of this. And that friend just so happens to be Kyle. And sometimes you want to say, well, girl, why did you come on this trip? But then they are probably the most fun person to have on that trip because they scared of everything. So you can kind of get them on a lot of different stuff. So that's that. Here's the other thing that I want to say about this whole situation with LVP, because she keeps being brought up as listen, out of all the fun things y'all got to do there, y'all can rock climb, y'all can drink tequila, y'all done bought $700 worth of groceries, which I'm thinking to myself, that was two cars. How was that $700? What did y'all buy? Caviar? I'm just trying to understand. I don't really get it, how they spend $700, but everything that they was calling out when they was in the store, I would have got too, so I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how they spend $700 on that. And then, did Teddi pay for most of it? Because I wasn't really. But anyway, back to what I was saying. LVP. Y'all got all these things to do. Plenty of alcohol, massages, hiking, rock climbing. Roast some damn marshmallows for all I care. But what I don't want to hear about right now is LVP. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about her not being present. Here's the thing. I don't want to hear nothing else about this damn dog. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Listen, I love animals. Don't get me wrong. So don't y'all don't at me. But at the end of the day, I don't want to hear nothing else about Lucy Apple Juicy. I don't want to hear nothing else about her not wanting to be friends with y'all. If the girl don't want to be there, she don't want to be there. That's it. Just leave it alone. I'm firmly with Erika Jayne on this one. Leave it alone. Like, I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Don't talk to me about it no more. Let it go. She don't want to be friends. It's over. She's done. She's a wrap. And the more y'all keep talking about it, the more energy y'all give. I understand some of y'all still love her as a person, and that's great. But at the end of the day, even though I like her, I'm over it. I want to hear about something else. When is Brandy gonna pop up? When is Kim Richards gonna pop up? Now that is something to talk about, okay? So all I want to say is let that shit go. Now, can I move on real quick to I want to talk about PK. PK, I wish, and this is gonna lead me all. What y'all follow the trail? Follow the trail now. Follow the trail. This leads me to PK and Teddi. I would like for Teddi to shut up in general, but I want her to shut up about this whole PK situation. At the end of the day, the man has apologized. He has sent Kyle a message, though I feel like when you apologize to somebody, you can't say you need to let this go. That's not part of the apologetic process. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he quite got that. But who knows? Maybe it's a British thing. I have no idea. But all I know is that the man apologized. Him and Kyle resolved it. I could have swore they resolved it when it happened, actually. I think he said, I'm sorry then. But sometimes an apology just ain't good enough for these chicks. So nobody has let it go, especially not Teddi, who continues to badger the situation. She is one of those types of people that as we get to know her more and more, we can see why she reacted to certain things that she did the first season she was on here, why she cried so much every time somebody came at her, because she really didn't have the strength at that point to sort of be the person that she normally is. And this is the person that she normally is, inserting herself into every doggone conversation. Camille was right, Dorit was right, and honestly, I am learning to side a little bit more with Dorit. Dorit is slowly becoming one of my more favorite characters out of this franchise for a lot of reasons. One of those reasons being that I feel like I love it when she shuts Teddi up. And second of all, I loved it when Camille shut Teddi up for a second anyway. While I will say this, I want to go back to it. I wish that Teddi would leave this stuff alone, but having a character like Teddi on this show is actually kind of crucial. You need a know-it-all. You need somebody that inserts their opinion all the time, even when it's not necessarily asked for or required, requested, or wanted. You need that person there because they help stir up the stuff that we all want to see. But at the end of the day, they are annoying as hell. And I'm so over her inserting her opinion every time somebody says something. We don't need you to dialogue what happened. We don't need you to do that. Every time you do it, you continuously make the situation worse. It's like you're egging it on by trying to state these are not your patients. These are not your clients. You don't have to teach them accountability. Just be. You know what I'm saying? Like it baffles my mind. It makes my head hurt a little bit actually. But anyway, having said that, Camille, let's address that. Because I really want to talk about why she is really one of my favorite people right now. Because this is kind of going back to first season Camille, but actually a little bit messier. So it might be second season Camille where she was, telling all Taylor's dirt. But anyway, I digress. They need Camille on this show at this point in time because she is keeping the drama, she is diverting the drama into a whole new direction. And it's a direction that's much needed. See, what Camille is doing is she's not so self-aware, right? So she's not so self-aware that she's censoring herself. A lot of these ladies censor themselves because they all want to get along. And don't nobody want to really see that. We want to see strong women with strong opinions that don't always get along but know how to resolve an issue in less than a season or less than 5 episodes. That's really what we want to see. Because we want to see continuous new issues pop up every 5 episodes. Because if you linger on an issue for longer than 5 episodes, we the audience are bored. We don't want to hear about it no more because it's been 5 weeks and we have moved on to new things in our own lives and we need you to do the same. So, having said that, we need Camille on this show. Now, I like that she says exactly what she's thinking when the person is not in the room, because I feel like it gives us a lot to call back to when somebody does recall what she said to that about that person that was not in the room. See, that's what makes reality TV great, is when somebody says something either to the camera or to another cast member, but they don't say it to that person. And sometimes even in real life, you don't always vocalize the thought when somebody says something. Sometimes it takes a minute to be like, dog, Teddy, you just talk so damn much. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is not a bash Teddi situation, because I am sure in real life, she's a pleasant person and a really good friend to be around. I'm just saying for the purposes of reality television, she's annoying to me. But that's all I have to say. And apparently to Camille too, and Dorit, and probably PK. And I know definitely LVP, and John Sessa. Okay? So I'm just saying we all feel the same way. Moving right along. I really want to talk about, my favorite line of the night from Camille was, well, my face is right here. Hands down. Best line of the night, best comeback, best clap back. Well done, Camille. Let's move on to Erika Jayne. Erika Jayne continues to surprise me. I love the fact that she's able to hoist all this luggage. She's been fishing, she's been camping. It's like I find out something new about her every week. And what I love is that she is the type of person, she has some diva ways, which is, I don't mean that in a bad way, with the glam squads and, you know, she's the costumes and stuff like that, and she's a performer. It's so crazy to me, but crazy in a good way. But that she can also get up in the morning and eat some pumpkin pie and cheese whiz for breakfast and ride back home lounging the way she did in that bus. I was here for it, okay? So much so that for 2 reasons, I think that Erika Jayne deserves her own show. One, because of everything that I just said, and because she's on tour. I want to see more of that. You know what I'm saying? Can she get a tour special or something like that? I feel like that would be amazing. And the second reason is because all of these other girls seem like they are afraid of her. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I feel like they don't really know how to come at her, and they don't really know how to conduct themselves in a way that's outside of being fangirls, because I feel like that's what they are. They're kind of all fawn over her. They fan out over her. And it's hard to have a Housewives relationship in that sense with somebody that everybody is either afraid of or a fan of. So for those 2 reasons, I feel like Erika Jayne needs her own spinoff show, because to me, that is something I want to see, okay? I really want to see that. And then the show should come on right after Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, so that we all just go from one to the next. That's what I want to see, Erika Jayne on tour. Now, I want to talk about BBB, because this is exactly what the show needs. If you guys are wondering what BBB stands for, it stands for Bring Back Brandy. Okay? I don't know how many episodes we gotta wait until she finally makes her comeback, but I wish she would hurry up and come back, because I need somebody on this show that's gonna stir it up. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of stirring things up, can you go on ahead and give us this Kim Richards thing that we've been dying to see all season long? Because I feel like these are the types of people that you need on a Housewives show. This is why Housewives shows like Real Housewives of New York tends to work, because you have a lot of women on there that actually bring it and don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you need those types of women, and less of these women who are so self-aware that they can't interact truthfully with each other in a way that is engaging and entertaining, and then they can get into it and resolve it very quickly. You know what I'm saying? We got a little bit of that this episode, but not enough to really, tickle my fancy. And so with all that being said, we have a little bit of interesting Erika Jayne news. She was doing a little bit of talking about the show, and she kind of said some things that I thought were kind of revealing. And it's a direction I feel like we're actually seeing in the show right now. Is that, you know, she's basically indicating that Camille is kind of turning into the new LVP or the new villain.
What's the big drama coming up? Because the first half of the season has been focused all about LVP. Where does the target turn in the second half?
Well, I think there's some interesting dynamics with Camille and the group. And I think that's where you're going to see the majority of conflict. She has a strong opinion about a lot of stuff. It seems to go against the strong opinions of herself, quite honestly.
Okay, so some contradictions there.
Yes.
All right, so that's it. You know, Erika always does a smart interview. She really doesn't give you too much. She says a lot, but she says very little at the same time. But I think we can all see from where the previews go and from everything that we see on the screen thus far is that Camille is kind of being groomed for that villain role. Although what I like is that I don't think she means any harm. I think she's just talking. And that's what I love about her. It's kind of like she's almost giving me Ramona vibes a little bit. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, she's giving me that. Or Ramona or Sonia, which is a weird mix. But I like it. It works for this show because they don't have that. It's a zany, kind of quirky kind of thing that she has going on that I like. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to know what y'all think. Were y'all here for this episode? Do you guys agree with me that Erika Jayne needs her own show? Are you guys as tired of Teddi as I am? And how do you feel about Camille at this point? Do you feel like she is the new villain of this show? And are you guys tired of hearing about LVP? Because I know I am, and I actually like her. So tell me what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this episode. And also hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell button, because as you guys can see, we do talk about a lot of things in pop culture, a lot of things reality TV. And I'm just trying to figure out which shows you guys are loving the most. All right. So also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DJRichieSkye, and I will see you guys in the next video.